I'm Jane Velez-Mitchell for Jane Unchained, and I am here with the lovely Foxy, a rescue from Los Angeles, and we are talking about dogs, but it's a horrifying story. Dogs by the thousands eaten in China as part of festivals and traditions, and there are people working furiously around the clock to stop this barbarism. And one of the leaders is Skye Valencia. She is joining us from the Los Angeles area. Skye, tell us about what you're doing to stop these dog-eating festivals in China.
Well, Jane, the first thing is that our organization and other organizations have been working so hard to educate children how to be more compassionate, to become, activists of the future. And unfortunately, what's going on in China right now and other Asian countries that are brutally abusing these dogs and cats and stealing them is actually showing children the opposite of how to be criminals and how to steal someone's pet for a quick buck. So what we're doing right now is we want to shut down the Yulin Dog Meat Festival. We don't want it to happen. Most of the dogs are stolen dogs and cats from other provinces, other cities. And these animals are tortured, not only tortured when they get there, but they're tortured on the way there with no food, water for days. They're packed into these crates where they can't move. Most of them have broken bones, broken tails before they even get to the festival. And this is just showing a lack of compassion and a lack of evolving as a world, that we all need to evolve now, because this is not acceptable anymore. And people don't want to work with countries like this.
Well, first of all, I want to say that just the concept of something like that happening to one of our beloved pets is beyond imagination. And the videos are so difficult to watch. They're really the stuff of nightmares. But the good news is that there are activists working in China, lawyers and caring people. This is not about demonizing the Chinese people. This is really an aberration. We have our own black marks. We raise and kill 9 billion animals for food in this country every year. And in factory farm conditions that can be described as intense institutional cruelty. So it's not about any one culture. I think it's about that these are bad habits. And tell us, this Yulin Festival is happening on June 21st. What can people who care about animals in America do to stop this Yulin dog meat eating festival?
Well, Jane, we're working with an amazing organization called Duo Animal Welfare Project. And their email is duoproject.org. That's their website, actually. And you can go there and they'll give you petitions that you need to sign, especially because one of our governor, Jerry Brown, has now, he's made us a sister state to one of the provinces that eats like 70% cats and 40% dogs. And what we want to do is show that we don't want to be doing business with a province that's doing this kind of brutality on animals that have been conditioned to love us. Dogs actually have been conditioned to be our seeing eye dogs, to help us, during earthquakes, to help us in all kinds of issues, even sniffing out cancer from our bodies. And we owe animals, especially dogs, all animals, because I love all animals, obviously, but dogs are conditioned to be almost a family member, a friend that lives in our home. And for us to treat them that way, we have to take care of this, and we have to make sure it stops.
Well, first of all, I want to jump in, and you were telling me that a lot of pets are stolen. And so there are criminals, gangs of criminals that steal dogs from one city and take them to another city, and they're starved and they're dehydrated and they're kept in tiny cages, and their paws are wrapped and their jaws are wrapped.
Yes.
And mouths are wrapped. So you're talking about criminality of the highest order here, to steal somebody else's family member and abduct them, essentially.
Exactly. What's happening is that these dogs are free to grab off the street or to steal from someone's yard. So it costs nothing to grab this animal, and then you're making profit. You're driving them to a city where they're going to be slaughtering these dogs, because due to cruel tradition, they believe the more you abuse and beat the animal, the better the meat is, which is insane and psychotic behavior. And we don't want people to think that. We don't want children to believe this kind of behavior. This is not normal behavior. This is what criminals and serial killers are made of. And to condone this and to have a festival is just incredibly wrong. It needs to be stopped, and we want to do whatever we can to open the eyes of the rest of the world to make this stop.
Now, I understand you're having a huge rally Saturday, March 28th in Hollywood. Tell us exactly where it is, and I understand you're saying 350 people are going.
We have 350 people already saying that they're going to go. We hope to have a lot more by Saturday, but this rally is huge. It's going to be a stepping stone to educate people that this is not the way we need to behave. We need to change this kind of mentality. This is like a criminal act, stealing people's pets and then skinning them alive, boiling them alive, beating them with bats, hanging them is just the most gruesome thing you can think of. It is what nightmares are made of. I think about it all the time, and this is not what we want to teach our children, what we want to, the future to be like. And it's time that we make a big stance, and we just want to make sure that we can completely shut down the Yulin Dog Meat Festival to make it a stepping stone of how we feel and how we care for these animals that are being brutalized for no reason, for cruel traditions that are actually spreading disease into other countries. Because these animals, there's no law on how you're slaughtering. There's blood everywhere, there's disease spreading everywhere, and it's very bad for your health. It's the worst thing you can eat.
Well, we have to stop it. I mean, the idea of Foxy, or just imagine any of your dogs or cats, because this also affects cats,
Yes.
kidnapped and then put in a tiny cage with no food or water and then beaten to death or skinned alive, it's beyond comprehension. I can't even imagine it. So join this movement, join Sky Valencia, and are we boring you, Foxy? I'm glad that you don't really know what we're talking about, that your innocence protects you in situations like this. But this is a horror show. It's got to end. We've got to let the Chinese consulate know. We're going to post all the information as well as the Facebook events page so that over the coming days, people will sign up for this. And God bless you, Sky.
Thank you.
Final message before we sign off.
Well, Jane, we want people to see our PSAs. So if you go to our YouTube website, go to Women Against Yulin Dog Meat. You'll see a great PSA, another one, Real Men Against Yulin Dog Meat. And we also have a t-shirt line. It's called No Excuse for Animal Abuse, but it has a Yulin Dog Meat t-shirt that will get more people involved. It's a hand with a paw inside, which means a lot. It shows how much dogs mean to us in our society and how precious they are. And we really need, if you love animals, if you love dogs, you have to be at this march. And we really need you to go to Duo Project, go to their website and sign all of their petitions and learn more about this horrific, evil dog and cat meat trade that is just the worst thing that can happen for any of our youths to learn. We need to evolve, and we want to do it all together. So thank you for having us, and I really appreciate you supporting us, Jane.
Well, Sky, you've been one of the great advocates, and you've always inspired me. You never give up. God bless you, and I love the St. Martin's Animal Foundation, which is your foundation. Keep up the peaceful battle to end this horror.